That's crazy. You
Shout
have a
out
water
to
bottle and a glass of water.
I have a drinking problem.
This is crazy. You know what? You could mix the two. Go really crazy.
Ooh, a water on water.
What do you think about the what's that thing called? The like really fancy water bottle? Like the Gibson water. You know what I'm talking about? It's like the very fancy the Stanley. I don't know why I said Gibson.
It's not fancy. A Stanley Cup?
Yeah, Stanley Cup.
They're not like fancy.
I mean, the Adidas, that's like the Adidas take on the Stanley Cup.
I got this at the Adidas employee store in Portland.
Oh, you
Somebody
did the
had a
employee
discount.
store.
Yeah.
Now you know, I'm from Portland.
You are?
The employee store of Nike and Adidas is sort of like, that's my love language.
Half off.
Half off in a major way.
Listen.
I don't think Stanley's making that noise. No.
It's a nice meditation podcast.
Oh my
today.
God, that actually sounds like a sound bowl or whatever it's called.
Can
Medicine
you do
bowl.
like a guy leading a meditation class?
Okay, everybody, we want to just center ourselves, sit down, close your eyes, and imagine yourself in the employee store. You have a discount. You're present.
Hey, how much for these shorts?
My cousin works at Adidas. Who did you know?
Someone came out to the show, and I feel so bad I'm drawing a blank on his name, but
okay.
He was super sweet, and he took me and my friend Chanel out there, and we shopped.
That's so nice. I mean, that's like one of the nicest. That's like a true mitzvah you can perform for someone in Portland, is giving them like an employee store discount, because there's Nike's also there.
Yeah. I had to choose because of time. And I like Nike a lot, but I never had a Adidas stuff. So
yeah,
I chose Adidas this time.
Now, do you know the
I really
origin?
want these shoes, but they're like $800, so I'm not going to get them. But
they'd be $400.
They would be if they had them.
Oh, they didn't have them.
Yeah, I thought about it. It's like, I'm not going to be. That's $200 a shoe.
They have a limited inventory, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. Where are you from? What city are you from?
Arizona, but I grew up all over the state.
Why?
Mostly, just couldn't decide what it. My parents divorced when I was 6, and they both moved a lot.
Oh,
so
cool.
I grew up mostly in Mesa, but I've lived in pretty much every city in Arizona.
In Arizona?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
No employee stores in Arizona.
Yeah, I wonder. There's a lot of outlet malls.
Right. Which is
Yeah.
kind of the vibe of the employee store.
Yeah, very outlet-y.
Very outlet-y. Wow.
You get what you get.
Yeah.
It's a discount.
Totally.
But, beggars can't be choosers.
So this person came to you at the meet and greet?
No, he messaged me before. Him and his wife, I believe, have a restaurant in Portland, and they brought me birria tacos.
Okay.
And they were so good. And then he was like, I think he just loves comedy, and he does this for a lot of comedians who go through Helium.
Amazing.
And the club knows him.
Oh my God.
And so it was like a really nice time.
That's so special. I had no such treatment when I went to Helium.
Oh my, I had this run. I went to Helium, and then I did Eugene, and it was like they gave rolled out the red carpet. It was great. And then I did Seattle, and it was different.
How so?
I kept telling my friend who went with me, I was like this is not all clubs treat you like this.
Yeah.
And then, we got to Seattle, and the guy stopped me at the door and was like, do you have a ticket? And I go, oh, no, I'm headlining here. Like, because that could happen.
Totally, yeah.
And then my face was on his phone.
Yeah.
I'm wearing the glasses.
Sure, yeah.
And I
very, very recognizable with the glasses.
Somewhat.
Extremely.
So I go, hey, that's me on your phone. And he goes, okay. And then he made me wear a wristband. And then every time I came back in, because the hotel was like above this theater.
I know this club.
Yeah, I was every time I came back in, he stopped me.
Wait, but you're on the phone.
And I checked in, and I had the bracelet, but he had to make sure.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I felt really weird there.
Also, the okay after you've pointed out the phone is kind of like he's realized he's lost, but he's still gonna, be a jerk to you.
Yeah, I don't know if he was self-conscious or rude.
Maybe a smidge of both.
Yeah, I don't know.
.com. I also think that no matter what the club is, when the condo or the hotel is built into the club, I mean, This is a recipe for some weirdness.
That's true.
Vermont Comedy Club. Have you been to Vermont Comedy Club?
No.
Vermont Comedy Club is a building, and then behind it is like a Hilton. So it's connected like in the concrete, but you're not like sleeping above the comedy club.
That's nice.
Whereas this place that we're talking about, you're sleeping above the comedy club.
You're sleeping above a comedy club, a music venue, and I don't know what else, like a rent a space.
Totally. And they're like
a 600 standing room only music theater.
It's crazy.
There you can like feel the music through the walls.
It's nuts. And they're like, the what you're really getting is the full artist experience here. And then you're like, but I'm literally in a bed above a concert.
Yeah, no, the vibe of comics who like it and don't, it's comics who don't like it. I've talked to every comic who likes it loves to drink.
Right. Are you sober?
Yeah. I'm 6 months sober.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Or is it not a congratulations? Yeah,
no,
cheers. Wine glass. Salud.
But I don't even judge, but it's like you have to be drunk to like that place.
1,000%.
Like your judgment has to be impaired to
totally
like that place.
It's also not the neighborhood's also kind of like a little crazy, in my opinion.
A little bit, yeah. I had a rental because I went from Portland to Eugene to Seattle.
Great.
Like anyone could find this club very easily.
Totally. I mean, the more you say it, it's like the whole podcast. We're just gonna sort of be unraveling the layers of what this place is until you finally name like its tax ID number. But
I have it probably.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure they owe you money.
No, they paid me fine, but it was weird.
Yeah.
No, it's what the only thing about clubs like that is I don't mind a space is a space. Like, let's have a show, but there's nobody like seating anyone, and there's no security. Like, there's no door guys. There's no one watching the room. You're completely alone in there. Like,
of course,
if something went wrong, it's up to me.
Wait, that's so funny. I remember. It's so funny you say that because I remember that now. Of like, it's very much the vibe of there's no waiters. There's no nothing. No. It's just a thing of like, go in there. We're gonna close the door, and like we might go home.
Yeah. I don't know if you'll be. I think I asked. They asked if I wanted music, walk-up music, and I gave her a song. And then I realized on the second show that she was using the same song for everyone's walk-up music.
Great. What's your walk-up?
I like "Funky Fanfare" by Keith Mansfield.
Can you?
Let's play it.
Great. And can you hum it?
No, I can't.
No. You don't hum.
I just can't. Yeah.
But you're so musical.
It's all an act.
Is this
I have like the trumpet recorded by someone else, and then I hold it up. It's very elaborate.
That's an incredible con you're pulling. It's not real. It's not real.
Kind
trumpet.
Of an exclusive too. I haven't told anyone else this.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
But isn't trumpet kind of like, what is the noise you're making? I feel like I asked you this last time we were talking, but what is the noise you're making when you're squeezing the buttons? Okay.
Wait, just take that out of context for a clip, though. What do you mean? Like, if you were to take the trumpet away, what sound would it make?
Okay, actually, that's actually perfect. So, okay.
Also, it's just this. A lot of people mime trumpet like this.
Oh my god, that's so interesting. That's crazy.
Wait, am I doing it right? Yeah, like
but
that.
You know what I'm thinking is like saxophone. You're doing this, right? Or
more
no?
like that, yeah. It's like you're scheming, but
this. Scheming, but you don't know where your hands are.
Yeah, you're like Mr. Burns, but if he lost track of his hands.
It's Mr. Burns, but you have like a serious motor disease.
Yeah.
You have Billy Joel. You have brain problem.
Right.
Shout out Billy Joel. I don't mean to make fun of him. He's, but as we were discussing before the podcast began, he canceled his performances because he has some sort of brain problem. Okay.
Brain problem, which is my key excuse.
Your key, exactly.
Yeah. I keep canceling things because of brain problem.
I'm not sick. I had strep 2 weeks ago.
I didn't think you were until you said that.
Okay. I'm very
Lady
self-conscious.
at the grocery store was bagging my groceries, and she was... And then I was like, whoa. And then she goes, sorry about that. And I go, I'm more worried about you than me. And she's like, I have bronchitis. And
Jesus.
She's like, I can't find my medicine. And then this line's like forming, and it was really awkward. I'm really sorry about that. Like, I didn't know what to tell her. And then the craziest thing of all was I got hummus.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't like hummus. And she's bagging it. And I'm like, oh, well, more for me. Like, I'm trying to keep it light.
Yeah,
She's like, I just think it's disgusting. And I was like, okay. And she was like, I tried it before. And I was like, how do people eat this? And then I got Brussels sprouts. And I was like, what do you think about Brussels sprouts?
Good. Yeah.
Trying to change the subject.
Ping and pong it. Exactly.
And then she's like, I hate them.
What does she want?
She's like, I can't digest them. And I did at one point was like, well, what do you like?
Yeah,
and then she's like, I'm more a meat and potatoes girl. She's like, coffee. I was like, get me out of this.
Also, you're trying so hard. You're like, Brussels sprouts, meat and potatoes is so...
It was just like, why would you tell someone like, I would never eat what you're eating?
Because you're like
that's rude.
Totally, 100%.
But also, you know, that's why they're getting replaced.
By AI.
Yeah.
I was in Iceland and they have fermented shark there.
Yeah. I heard about that. They bury it in the snow or something.
Yeah, with like salt and shit. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, take the shark, you know, fishing the shark, I assume, or catching it. I'm not sure how they do it. Dynamite. And then they put it in the ground. But yeah, so I ordered the fermented shark and I swear to God, the waiter goes, ugh.
I heard it's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, it was horrific. But it's like, dude, why are you not like, I'm ordering from your establishment. And I was like, oh, the fermented shark. And he goes, he did this.
You know what that means? Your funeral.
Yeah, he goes, whatever the Icelandic accent is, but crazy food there.
Yeah.
I had puffin.
Puffin?
You know puffin?
Penguin?
It looks like a little penguin. It looks like a penguin that somebody squeezed, kind of like, let's squeeze the head and make the head bigger. Let's squeeze the arms out. Like, I felt terrible eating it.
I feel like the lady at the grocery store right now. I would never eat that.
You're like, I know, I actually severely regret it. And I feel like as I've told people I ate puffin, people...
They're judging, huh?
And judge away, by the way.
Yeah.
I feel like, have you seen The Green Mile?
Yeah. A long time ago.
You know how he's like, I killed a miracle of God and now I'm cursed because I killed this miracle of God. That's how I feel about eating puffin. I'm like, I'm going to live forever and like all my friends are going to die. I'm going to watch them die. I'm going to be 115 years old if I ate puffin. But yeah, I really don't like that.
You could like feed your friends puffin secretly so they live along with you.
So true. But I am not trying to like gross you out. You would know immediately.
Really?
You go, what is this? If I was like, it's chicken.
Does it look like chicken?
Yeah, but like, it's bad.
Oh, it tastes bad.
It's like bad.
That sucks to like eat something so cute and it tastes bad.
I know, but
it's
that's
like what a waste.
That's extremely part of it. Are you vegetarian?
No, but I'm not eating puffin.
Not eating puffin, yeah. I don't know why I assume that. Most people would not eat puffin, I feel like.
Yeah, at least in America.
Totally. But
maybe in Iceland they're eating it a lot, it sounds like.
They certainly are. And they're eating fermented shark, which, by the way, one of the worst, all-time worst foods, in my opinion, is shark, but also fermented.
Yeah, fermented. Like, why ferment?
Why ferment anything?
Yeah.
Right? As you are sober.
Wine is fermented, right?
I assume, right?
I don't really know what that word means.
It means like, you know, it's kind of, isn't it fermenting like rotting?
Yeah, they should just call it Rotten Shark.
It's a great band name, Rotten Shark.
Tastes like it too, right?
Last time I was here, I had Joe listed here, and he was saying he saw Chris Christie at the airport.
Uh-huh.
You know Chris Christie?
Yeah.
And the guy, this comedian, Matt, who he was with, they were walking.
Chris Christie, not Kevin Christie.
Chris Christie, like the who's Kevin? Why do I know that name? Kevin Christie.
Comedian.
Yeah,
yeah,
right. Yeah. Chris Christie, like the big governor from New
Jersey.
Yeah.
Because then you said he was with the comedian.
Oh,
or Joe was with the comedian.
Joe was with the comedian named
okay.
Matt, and they walked by Chris Christie, and Joe was like, "Oh my God!" And Joe didn't know forgot his name, and he was like, "I just, you know who was here? Who I just walked by? We walked by Fat Governor," and Matt goes, "Fat Governor? I don't think I know them." Like he thought it was a band.
That's really funny. Fat Governor is great.
I don't think I've heard them.
That is a great band name.
Fat Governor. Rotten Shark is opening for Fat Governor.
That's a lineup right there.
I mean, it's incredible. So this lady was extremely... How did we get there? Oh, yeah, this.
Excellent.
If I had a time machine and I paused everything and took your trumpet away, and you were still playing the trumpet but invisibly, what noise would you be making? That was the question. Yes.
Something like that.
That's incredible. It's kind of like,
that's good.
Yeah.
You could probably make a sound, but you played before, huh?
I've played a trumpet not like.
You played a trumpet, yeah. I can tell with people.
Really?
Yeah.
I've held a trumpet. That's what it is. I have not played. I've picked up a trumpet. Yeah. I've kissed it and I nursed it back to health.
That's nice.
No, I've held a trumpet. I mean, I feel like I've held a lot of instruments, but I don't know that I've played a lot of instruments. Does that make sense? I mean, can I see that trumpet? I actually think I might have even done that. When I saw you and you had your trumpet, I might have been like, can I look at it?
Oh yeah, a lot of people ask me like, hey, can I play that? And I'm like, no.
Yeah,
and then they go, whoa.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you know how many people ask if they can play? You think I'm just gonna pass it around?
Yeah, because people have mono.
Well, it's just like their spit. I don't know. It's just like an ice cream cone, and everyone's like, can I get a look at that? And you're like, no. I mean,
also, it's like your personal ice cream.
Yeah, I don't want to share it.
That's insane, especially if you don't know them that well and they're like, can I spit in your trumpet?
Ian Fidance really wanted to play it and he got mad and I was like, you can.
He got mad?
I feel like he would say he didn't get mad, but I think he was actually mad.
Oh, he got mad.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know the situation, but I know him.
It's like, bring your own mouthpiece.
100%. And also, if somebody's got with respect, I love Ian. He's a dear friend and a friend of the show. If somebody's got a big dirty mustache,
I thought you said dirty mouth.
Yeah, but also a big dirty mustache. Hey, let me play your trumpet, man. Come on.
I'm like, why does it taste like cigarettes now?
Oh my god, it feels like we're under a car, doesn't it?
Under a car?
Yeah, didn't it feel like a car went above us just now?
Oh, kind of. What do you think's going on up there? Mission Impossible?
It certainly seems like it. How about this Tom Cruise? He just can't stop doing stunts.
He's crazy. I met him once.
Where?
So I was a production assistant for years, and I worked for the Late Late Show and on the field team. So we would go and do the sketches. We'd film all the sketches that played on the live.
Okay.
And we did one. I was a driver. I drove the 15 pass van. And I was really good at it. And so they would have me go do like what do they call the small crew that just goes out to do the test?
Like B team? Not
like
B team.
Not B team, but like before you
Advance?
do the shoot, you take like a small crew out just to do like a walkthrough.
Okay.
And so it was just me, the executive producers, the main producers, and like not even stand-ins, just like the audio guy. It's just so they get a lay of the land so that they can.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
So we go out to the Mojave Desert. That's how far we go. And there's like a hangar out there, like a private hangar. And it was Tom Cruise's hangar. And he walked us through, like he was taking a private jet up and he was going to take Corden up there with him. And so he's like showing us with these planes, like the briefing is what they call it.
Oh my God.
And which is like a Air Force term, not like a movie term, where they do the briefing of like these toy planes basically and show the flight patterns. Like, then we're gonna do a loop-de-loop, and
he held a toy plane and was like,
yeah, and everyone's just in the small. I mean, there must have been less than 20 of us in this conference room, and I'm one of them, and we're just watching him do it, and it felt pretty cool.
And you're like, I just drive the van.
Yeah. And then we go to the hangar itself out of that conference room and got to do a walkthrough of like he had multiple planes, so we got to see like this private jet and like walk through, and he stood around and shook all of our hands. Shook my hand. And
did he treat you like on equal plane with like the
because we're the same height, so
oh, he's a small guy.
Yeah, but he was so like I was like, I don't know, I get I could look into Scientology.
Oh,
because he was so cool. He was so nice. I was like, it can't be that bad.
Don't even get me started. This is extremely pro Scientology podcast.
Oh, really?
No, I don't.
Okay.
but I do think that I've always felt
it feels like it.
Yeah.
This is so fancy.
This is actually classic Scientology vibes.
Wicker and wine? Is that the name of this podcast?
Yeah. Honestly, if you just look at the center console, the vibe of the podcast is like you're walking into like an extremely elegant show.
I know, I feel underdressed.
Yeah. I mean, this is a dress code.
I wear a Green Day shirt.
You got a Dookie shirt.
Yeah.
It's not just Green Day. It's
I wore
Dookie.
a Dookie shirt to the wine podcast.
It's a great title. Dookie Shirt to the Wine Podcast. The golden era of Green Day.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I think it's it's tough to like post Broadway Green Day.
American Idiot's good too.
I like American
Idiot.
But wasn't that kind of the final?
Yeah, that's when I stopped listening.
Me too. I think that's when America was like, thank you so much.
Yeah, but I'll
thank you, Trey Cool.
I'm going to give him another shot.
Yeah. I think that now they're like they still do stuff.
Yeah, well, one of the guys was at the Comedy Store the other night.
Which guy? Billy? Trey?
I don't know.
The main guy?
I don't know which one.
Sometimes you see somebody at the Comedy Store, you're like, that's a celebrity, but I don't know who they are.
I'm really bad at recognizing people.
Me too.
Like Chappelle Lacey's a comedian, one of my best friends, and
sure.
Whenever we're hanging out, he knows everybody. Oh, that's the guy from Korn, and
oh yeah,
that's the guy from Space Hog, and I'm like, who? And then I'll play. Oh, I know this song, and
yeah,
you know that band?
I know Korn. I don't know Space Hog.
Ooh. Yeah. That song, like everyone knows that
so
song.
You can hum. You can.
No, that was not humming.
That's true. That's not humming. That
also, I have a device in my pocket that made that sound.
You have a guy in a van outside doing that. It's a bug zapper van, but it's okay. Play it.
Go. Did she say Space Hog?
I feel like I have that, but I'm always wrong. I feel like I always get called out for being wrong. Like I feel like I always see, what's the guy's name who looks? I feel like I always am like, that's Adam Levine. But then it's not Adam Levine.
You always think it's Adam Levine?
Well, if you see a guy with like a lot of tattoos in West Hollywood, you're like, I assume, how about this? I assume Adam Levine. Tattoos. Oh, he's got a lot of tattoos. Mr. Maroon 5, covered in tats. I assume Adam Levine almost every time, and I'm almost always wrong.
I don't recognize nobody. But
I recognize people when they're like extremely recognizable, like Fabio. I saw at Ralph's.
That's cool.
He smells great.
I bet. Was he selling great. Like a vodka line or something?
No, I just heard from like 2 aisles over, I heard somebody was like on speakerphone, and he was like, oh, and that we should have been there. There were so many beautiful women. It was incredible. We were over there. And I was like, who is this person? I was like, I not because of Fabio, but I was like, I have to go see, like, this is the most ridiculous thing. It was like some Austrian man yelling into a speakerphone, like, it was an amazing event. There were so many beautiful women. And then I went over and it was fucking Fabio.
You would have been like, oh my God, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, my Fabio and my Arnold, extremely.
Because you mistake people.
Big time. I would know. Well, I don't know. I saw Peter Dinklage. Knew it. Knew Dinklage.
All right. Well, that one.
Okay. The two people I recognize are extremely recognizable. Fabio and Peter Dinklage.
Come on, dude.
But everybody else, I go, if you're not Fabio and you're not Peter Dinklage, I assume you're Adam Levine, and I've almost always been wrong.
I walked right by Usher the other day on Griffith Park.
Yeah.
I walked by it and I said hi to him because I go by everyone on the hike. I go, hey, and he waved back. And then I walk in and somebody goes, oh, that's Usher. And they run down. I go, are you kidding me? And
he was hiking?
Yeah. We just passed each other hiking, said hi to each other.
Did he say he said hi back?
Yeah.
Did he have the earrings that were like in a weird place?
I'm not that observant.
Because I know
I just saw a guy who looked nice. I waved. I kept walking.
You waved because he looked nice.
Well, yeah, I just wave on the hike,
That is so cool that you said hi to Usher just as a hiker.
He probably thought, wow, she's so cool.
She's so cool because she's saying hi to me for me.
Yeah, well, I think that's why I don't recognize like famous people, because I don't have the parasocial relationship.
Sure. Is there anybody who you would see?
I'd hope I would. If I saw Miley Cyrus, I hope I'd recognize her, but I probably wouldn't.
Well, she's always changing her kind of look,
I know. If she's talked, I could recognize her voice, I bet.
If you saw her or if you heard her in Ralph's, you would know.
Yeah.
Well, she's
like in the floral department. I can buy myself flowers. I'm like, oh, that's Miley Cyrus.
I just got that. She's buying herself flowers.
Or the baking department.
I can buy my own cake?
Flour.
Oh, but I don't know. It's like, I don't know if I know this.
Yeah, dude. She could buy her own flour.
That's so true. But oh, right, yeah. Wow, that's incredible. She's got a very low register.
Yeah.
In a cool way.
A cool way.
Is she the person you would be? Who's the person you would be most starstruck by? Miley Cyrus.
I think Miley Cyrus. Beck.
Scientologist.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise, you felt nothing.
I think because it was just like 20 of us and we were there to work. There's something different about like if you're working together.
Yeah.
It's like it is still really cool to meet him, but like it's different than if you're like at the grocery store.
1,000%. Also, you're working on a late night show. You're seeing people every day. You're like, I don't care.
Yeah, we saw a lot of people. My dad would always be like, you should get their autograph. And I'm like, I don't know if you know the production assistant culture, but like you're bottom of the barrel. Like you don't, that's such a huge no-no. Like do not go talk to the talent.
Major no-no.
And I tell him that and he's like, well, maybe if it's a female star, you could just wait till they go to the bathroom and follow them in there.
Almost worse.
Yeah, it's like, what are you talking about? To get a picture with them? It's crazy.
Classic dad stuff.
Yeah.
Are you guys close?
Yeah, we're close. I
don't know why this is you.
Yeah,
and your
what
dad.
is that?
I don't know. This is kind of like
it's like we're close, but there's distance between us.
Oh my God, these are the years of like this is what you could be, but you guys are close.
Yeah, he just went to Scotland and he got me this plaid fedora and he keeps asking me how much I love it.
First of all, where is the plaid fedora?
Okay, you sound like my dad right now. He's like, we've been really, him and my stepmom, we've been just wondering how you like this fedora. Like, we think you could wear it on stage or even off stage.
It's such a big like statement outfit, you know?
Yeah, it's
like,
huge.
It's
I cannot wear it on stage. And I'm like, I like the hat. And I do like the hat. You know, I like that he was thinking about me and I like the hat. But he keeps asking me, oh, send me a picture of you wearing the hat. And I'm like, did you guys like put a spell on the hat? Why?
I mean, it's arguably the loudest item you could wear.
You couldn't get louder than a plaid fedora.
I'm trying to think, like maybe like neon sombrero, but no
band name too.
Neon sombrero, yeah. But plaid fedora is a bigger statement, I feel.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I can't wear it.
Well, it's not.
I should have worn it on the pod.
It would have been so great, and I would have. And we just don't acknowledge it at all.
Yeah, that's in my rider.
Do not talk about the plaid fedora.
Don't mention the plaid fedora.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, honestly, I would respect it. It feels like not a Scottish thing. Also, it feels like he just went to another country.
Scottish is like kilts, right? Like plaid.
Right. I guess kilts are plaid sometimes. Yeah,
the fedora part I don't understand.
Yeah, there's also a thing with kilts where like they don't wear underwear, and I'm like, put on some underwear.
Yeah. I'm
a little prude in that way, but I'm like, I don't like the no underwear situation.
Yeah, my dad wears kilt for his band.
Why? There's so much information I feel like I'm getting, like where I'm like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever heard.
Well,
your dad wears a kilt. He's in a band. Does he play bagpipes?
No, he plays drums.
Is somebody in the band play bagpipes?
I don't think this band. He was in a band when I was younger called the Celtic Cowboys, and there was a guy who played bagpipes, and we hated it.
Oh yeah, it's a tough instrument. Yeah.
Is that a good bagpipe?
That's the constant.
Yeah, but it has to sound more like a cat being beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always think Amazing Grace with the bagpipes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but that sounds way better than a bagpipe.
Thank you so much. I mean, thank you. I don't mean to nitpick. This is your dad. You guys are like this, but the drums with the kilts, it almost seems kind of like unnecessary because you're sitting down.
Well, he said I don't like wearing the kilt, but I think he does. But he said it was expensive, and I was like, well, can't you write that off in your taxes?
So true. And
he's like, well, clothes are tricky. You have to prove that you're only wearing it for the performance. And I'm like, when else are you wearing a kilt? It seems like that's so easy to prove.
Also, it's like the IRS, I don't know, they're going after people for different things. I don't think they're going after like to see wear the kilt at other times. I think they're like, I think that you're good.
Yeah. Or he is wearing that kilt other places.
Sure, but I feel like he's not going to get dinged for that.
Well, he might if he's not wearing underwear.
So true. Put on some underwear. That's to your dad, but also to the general kilt wearing population. Now, that's crazy. I feel like it's the one sort of male skirt that's never gone away.
It's the only male skirt. Otherwise, it's a man in women's clothing.
Yeah, it's true. True. And is there any other skirt? I'm trying to think. No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I guess like the bathrobe.
True.
But the bathrobe is not a skirt.
Oh, a cloak.
The cloak.
Which also something my dad wears because he's like pagan. Sorry to bring up all these layers, but
I mean, I need to.
He does have like a druid's
splash
cloak.
myself with water. Your dad's a druid?
Yeah,
this is crazy.
He has like all the variations of women's clothing that aren't women's clothing.
Your dad is a pagan?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so he does have cloaks and kilts. Maybe he just wants to dress like a woman.
I mean,
he is really like, how's the hat? How's the plaid fedora? Wow, it's all coming together.
He's doing all these things just so he can wear
dresses.
Yeah, dresses, flowy clothing. He's like, I like the way it feels.
Yeah, what else could
You're pagan, you don't need to wear underwear. Wait, so does he? Okay, what do I know about pagans? I know that they roll down the oat cake down the hill. Are you familiar with this?
No.
Like the
I've never heard this.
My understanding was that the pagans, at the beginning of the winter, they have an oat cake with an X and an O on it, and they rolled on one side, and they rolled the cake down a hill, and depending on what side it flops onto, it's either like a long winter or a short winter.
No, I never heard of this, but there are a lot of things where I feel like like maybe that was around for a long time, and then someone was like, let's do groundhog instead.
Yeah.
Like they're like ancient rituals.
Totally.
Because during that time, all they had was oat cake.
Oh my God. All you were eating was oat cake. And then someone was like, I found this animal that looks like a little pig and it lives underground.
Yeah. Like, let's do that for the tradition.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, so much of pagan stuff feels like little coin flips sort of situations. Like
yeah. Like I remember we'd do circle, like church. And we, at the end of church, which was called circle, we would eat like cake and drink ale, which would be like cider. But you wouldn't like finish all of it. You would like give back to the earth, like symbolically.
Okay.
But like that's kind of like Catholic, where you instead of drinking blood and eating flesh, we're eating cake and drinking ale.
So it's not that weird, honestly.
It's kind of less weird.
It's actually less weird because you're not doing the what's it called? Transmogrification, the drinking of blood.
Oh yeah, I didn't know it's called that.
It's not called that, but it's some crazy word.
Drinking blood is crazy enough.
True, you don't need to have a crazy word.
Yeah, but there were a lot of people in cloaks and their swords and stuff. Fire.
Do you have a sword?
No.
Is your dad?
He probably does. I mean, I have a crystal ball from when I was a kid. I never got rid of.
Was it part of pagan?
I think that was more fun, like a toy, you know?
Sure. Okay, so are you in Arizona being a child doing pagan things?
Just every other weekend.
I mean, that's a lot. I didn't do anything every other weekend. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Every other weekend because of the divorce.
Yeah.
That wasn't part of pagan. This is unbelievable. This is crazy.
Well.
I mean, it's not crazy because, like you said, Catholic is also crazy. Because it's like blood and...
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to write jokes about it on stage, too, but it's so, like, unrelatable. I don't know how to even start to deliver the information.
Sure.
It's so many layers of, like...
I mean, I'm stupefied, as you can tell. I have no...
Yeah, the crowd's always like...
Totally. They almost want... You'd rather be a Scientologist.
Almost, yeah.
Maybe Scientology's not that weird.
Yeah, maybe
I mean, hey, it's working for Tom Cruise. The guy's he's like hanging on to the side of the plane. He's 65 years old.
So cool.
Absolutely incredible. Whatever they're doing, it's working.
Yeah.
But the pagans don't have a Tom Cruise type of figure. They don't have somebody
They have Stevie Nicks.
Oh, yeah.
She's like the Tom Cruise of paganism.
People are like, hey, you know what? You might want to be pagan. It's working for Stevie Nicks.
Yeah, who else? I know. Yeah, Stevie Nicks is the most famous one I know.
I mean, she's big. She's huge.
Yeah, I guess there's more Scientologists, though.
In general, definitely.
Yeah.
There's no documentaries being made about the pagans like, hey, this is what they're doing is not good. Which I feel like Scientologists, they have a big problem with that. Not just with the documentaries, but the stuff that's in the documentaries.
Because of the money.
So much money.
Yeah.
They have a unlimited money. They like ruin people's lives.
Have people wait, where you're from Portland?
Yeah.
Where have people from back home now that you're in Hollywood asked you if you've joined Scientology?
I guess I have gotten that question once or twice.
Same.
Yeah.
It's funny the perception outside of it.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I've gotten that question, and I remember though being in Portland going to the mall when I was like 12 with my friends, and there was a Scientology booth, and one of my friends got an e-reading. Like he held the little metal rods, and they were like, "Did you have trauma as a child?" And he was like, "I am a child, you know.
Yeah,
I'm 12 years old.
It's happening right now."
Yeah, like, this is the trauma. The call's coming from inside the house, and I'm holding an e-meter, and yeah.
Whoa. So they're everywhere then.
At this point, they were everywhere.
This episode's gonna get shut down anyway.
Honestly, as we began talking about Scientology, I was like, let me tread lightly because they could ruin my life.
Well,
which is so crazy.
They're
Obviously,
just gonna submerge the episode.
It's gonna get buried. It's gonna get shadow banned. When my posts don't do well on Instagram, I assume it's Scientology.
Yeah, you should.
Absolutely. Would you? So, do you do pagan now? What's it called? Paganism?
The way you said that was funny. No, I don't really practice any religion. I'm spiritual, and I like work on myself, and
yes,
and I do believe in a higher power, but I'm not like subscribed to any religion.
But is pagan like a god?
No, it's more of a what is pantheon? Like there's multiple gods. Like
oh yeah, pantheism.
It's more of like nature. Like God is within nature.
Kind of like I feel like Buddhism's kind of like that too.
Yeah, I think like Eastern religions are more similar too, like Taoism and Buddhism. Like, yeah, I believe they believe in like a god and a goddess, and it's not like Satan worship, but sure. For some reason like witchcraft and Druidism and Satanism, like which are all different things, like all kind of fall under this umbrella.
That's true.
It's of just like the like it's different than mainstream.
Yeah, like
anything that's not a mainstream, really popular religion kind of falls into this group.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so confusing to talk about, because I think everyone has a different idea of what it is.
Yeah, like when you say paganism, like I think witchcraft, and I shouldn't.
But it's part of it.
Okay, then never mind. And your dad has a cloak. I mean, cloak is like
is so witchy.
Cloak is extremely witchy.
Lord of the Rings really big. Grew up at the Ren Fair. All this kind of medieval stuff.
So you weren't sure, like, how much of this is Ren Fair, how much of this is, like, the religion my family subscribes to?
Yes.
That's, you're like, I have a big turkey leg. Is this part of it?
Yeah, is it part of it? I don't know. Is it, yeah.
I went to a Ren Fair with Ian and Jordan, and I'd never seen anything like it. It was unbelievable.
Really? That's, like, where I grew up.
Really?
I'm talking off season, yeah.
I was dressed like a wizard. I had a big purple hat with like star and like a purple cloak with stars on it, and a girl in a wheelchair came up to me and asked me if I could heal her.
What did you say?
I was speechless. I was like, I'm sorry, I can't. I'm just wearing the outfit.
You should have said yes, heal.
I should have.
You're doing it good.
I got the yips though. I got big yips. I got big wizard wheelchair yip. I was like, I'm sorry. Like I felt so bad.
She probably thought you were doing a spell. It does kind of sound like you were doing magic.
That's good.
Back
to your childhood.
Yeah, this is offensive to my religion, but
the pagans are going to shut me down. Wait, yeah, no, I'm remembering that now really well. I remember the wheelchair, the girl in the wheelchair, not wheelchair girl. I feel like that's offensive.
Sure.
Girl in the wheelchair asked me to heal her. And then there was like all the class. I mean, you must know this way better than me. You were going. How many Ren Fairs have you been to?
Actually, so I grew up in Arizona, so I mostly went to that one. But I have been to one in Kansas City now.
Okay.
And out here in Los Angeles.
The one that's like really hard to park at.
Probably. I can't remember. I got so wasted there.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I guess that's like part of it. That's like a big drinking event.
Yeah, this was a few years ago, and I got. It was fun, but I got shit-faced at the Ren Fair. I don't remember. I didn't drive either, but
good.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have thought you did.
But I can't remember how the parking was, to be honest.
Yeah, like that's like true. I feel like I'm at the age now where I'm just like I can't go to the Ren Fair because of the parking situation.
Well,
and there's also I feel like it's always muddy at the Ren Fair.
That's part of it.
But also, it's part of it. But also, in Arizona, you probably weren't having a lot of mud, or maybe you were.
Well, we'd get monsoons in the summer, but it was mostly just like because it's desert.
Right.
Like the Kansas City one had some green to it too. That's why I kind of want to go to multiple ones because depending on the land, ideally it's kind of like this is what it was like in medieval times.
That's kind of what I'm thinking, and it's truly no offense to the Arizona Ren Fair community, but like I've been to the one in like New York where it's like very green and it feels like it could be like England. It's like green and wet.
Yeah.
Whereas like if you're in front of like a mesa,
desert medieval, that's awesome. What are you talking about?
Desert, but it wasn't a thing. They didn't even know, people in the Renaissance, they didn't even know what desert was.
Maybe in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, true. Maybe it could be Saudi Arabian vibes.
Yeah.
That
same thing.
Very similar time.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking like all the ground is. I have this like, again, maybe it's offensive to Arizonans. I have this like image of like desert back like in the medieval times. It's like big clay houses.
We'll think about like camels and going to see baby Jesus in the desert.
Oh my God, you're right.
You're right. All right,
that was a thing. That was a thing. Are there camels at your Ren Fair?
I think there were some animals like that, like a camel you could ride, but we didn't. We were always like, we don't like that.
Why?
Because of like animal cruelty.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
There's some animals who
Did you think like pagans didn't like camels for a second?
Of course. I'm trying to tread very lightly here. I'm like, I don't want to step on any toes, but I assume
no camel toes.
No camel toes. I don't want to step on any camel toes, but the humps, the humps have water in them, I think.
Yeah.
The camel is an animal that I always, like, there are some animals I hold in the category. Do you feel this way where like I really want to see it in person, like if I could like shake its hand?
No. Wait, you would like to shake a camel's hand?
Like there's animals where I'm like, I would like to like stand in. I would like the animal to come in the room, and I'd like to be like, you are a beautiful animal, and I want to like, I honor you. Does that?
And that's a camel to you?
The camel is one of them.
I feel like because you kind of look like a camel. Like you give me camel vibes, like because you're so tall.
Yeah, no, totally. I've got an alpaca, so that's actually totally fair.
Alpaca, I think more camel.
Hey, more camel. I kind of do look like. No, but I look like Joe Camel. I think now that you say that, Joe Camel is my celebrity look-alike.
Really? Okay.
So, I mean, if I put on a pair of sunglasses and hold a cigarette.
Mine would be like turtle or something.
No
yeah,
turtle.
A little turtle vibe, yeah. I'd shake a turtle's hand.
Yeah, that's another animal. If I could meet like a turtle that's like 100 years old or something, I'd be like, you are an amazing animal. Like, that's what I know the zoo is cruel, but like, that's what I like about the zoo is it puts me in. When I went there, I haven't been in the zoo. Actually, I went to the zoo during a comedy festival, and I'll get to that. I want to get your opinion on it, but like a giraffe, I'd love to see a giraffe up close and be like, you're an incredible animal. This is amazing.
Yeah, I'd be like, what? I can't hear you down there.
But it's crazy. They're majestic.
Yeah, that would be cool to see a giraffe.
Like, have you ever seen a moose? I always say a moose. You gotta see a moose in person.
Never seen a moose. No.
Okay. Here's what I'll say about the moose, and I feel
like all the animals you like are tall.
They're big.
I think it's because you're tall.
I'm big. The moose is big. People don't realize how big mooses are. Mice. Excuse me. It'll change your life. That's how big a moose is.
Really?
I'm not joking.
But now I'm picturing them so big that I think when I actually see one, I'll be like, they're not that big.
Oh, have you seen a moose? They're huge. They're the biggest animal. It'll change your life how big a moose is. I'm not even kidding.
All right.
It is.
Where can I see one?
Fucking Yosemite.
I have to go. How far is that?
I'd say it's 6 hours from here.
6 hours one way?
6.5. Big time.
I guess I don't have a show till tomorrow night.
You could go. It will change the way you look at the world. That's how big a moose is.
Okay, well then we'll do a follow-up episode.
Where you post moose?
Next time I see a moose, I'll hit you up and be like, okay, I saw one. We got to do a follow-up.
I would love that. It's incredible. I can't overstate enough how
big though? Like giraffe size?
Honestly, and tell me if I'm wrong, if you think I'm wrong, I think the moose butt to head could be the whole room.
No, you're kidding.
Side to side.
Side to side too?
He says yes.
You think a moose, volume-wise, would fill up this entire room?
Yes. And I know that's crazy.
That's not
and
true.
I know that's crazy. I'm so sorry.
Front to back, side to side?
Oh, no. No, but front to back. Front to back.
Oh, you said side to side.
Oh, sorry.
too.
Not side to side. Okay, yeah. It's not. The moose is not a big cube.
It's like that. Whatever you saw was not a moose.
Yeah,
I think you saw a house. There's no way.
I think you saw a redwood tree. A beautiful sequoia.
I think you saw this room. You're like,
is this a moose? No, butt to head.
And then maybe half.
Sure, half. I would even give it like a third.
That's
a third
crazy.
of this room. It is crazy.
Height-wise?
Oh, that's not my department. I don't know. I'm not. I mean, no, probably as high as that.
Wow.
That white bubble. Isn't that nuts?
That's crazy.
Have you ever had your breath taken away by an animal?
My pup. Whenever I look at her.
Yeah.
She's so cute.
You could have brought your dog.
Really?
Yeah.
You tell me now. She would have shed all over this carpet, though.
But that would have been okay, right? Yeah.
Oh
Dog
my
friendly.
god. She's so depressed at home right now because I left. But we hiked this morning.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Do you hike with Noah and Matt?
Yeah.
Most days?
Yeah. We have a group called Paw Patrol. And every morning we just hit each other up. We thought of that, by the way. It's
great
idea.
idea.
We coined that term.
It's incredible.
And every day we just hike today.
So nice.
Because between the three of us, we'll always hike. But I don't know if you've tried hiking with other people out here. But it's everyone always wants to go.
Totally.
And then when push comes to shove, it's like Flake City.
But you guys, Paw Patrol goes. Paw Patrol rides.
Yeah.
I know because I was on the hike yesterday because I saw Matt's story as I got back in my car. He took a picture of that thing that was
that
like,
mural.
I was on the hike yesterday.
Well, you should hit us up sometime.
But the problem is, I think I told when we were at that Don't Tell, I think I was talking to you about this. My dog's cardio doesn't jive with hike.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know. I like.
Why did you
English
even use the
anymore.
word jive?
I'm so sorry.
My dog cardio don't jive with their hike. Who did you just turn into?
I don't know what's going on with me. I'm losing it.
Are you like your dog's personal trainer?
Her cardio just don't jive anymore.
Like she walks slow or she walks fast?
She is a staffy. Her head is really small. She's like a little bread loaf, basically.
Aww.
And she's very chunky, and heat really gets to her, and she'll like kind of look at you like, I am dying, and you need to get me to ice. Get me to ice. And like
the deport.
No, get me to ice. Like, put me on ice.
Okay, I was like, whoa.
I'm so
if
sorry,
the Scientology stuff didn't stop us.
Oh my God, true. No, not ice. The dog is very pro-immigrant, but
she's like, get me out of this country.
Get me out of this. Yeah, she's like, deport me to coldness.
Deport me out of this hike right now.
Deport me to Iceland. I want to eat puffin in the cold. Yeah. So that's basically she can't like if I take her on a long walk, breaks is like if it's over. Like yesterday, it was hot, right?
Yeah,
like,
it was so. Yeah, it's so confusing right now too because it looks cold.
Totally.
It'll look overcast, but it'll be so hot out.
It was like 87 yesterday, and I took her out for like a long-ish walk, and she was like, ah. She makes this noise. She goes, ah. And I'm like, dude, like we have to like figure out a way to walk, and she just can't.
Does she like dog park?
Loves dog park.
Yeah, maybe we can all do that.
That would be nice. Yeah, I went to when Jordan was here. We went to the dog park with her dog and my dog, and it was like.
Her dog
weird.
is so cute.
So cute, but they like, didn't get along, and my dog gets along with every dog, and so does hers. So it was like it felt very like.
That sucks when it's your friend and your dogs don't get along.
I know, but then we found out like Jordan's dog doesn't like puppies.
Oh,
and she was a puppy at the time.
My dog likes puppies the most because she's like timid, so she picks on like smaller dogs.
Yeah.
To play with, like
what
she's
kind
more.
Of dog you have?
She's half Great Dane and half cattle dog, like mixture.
Yeah.
And she's 60 pounds.
Oh my God.
And she's just big, but she she's like timid, so she plays with the little scared dogs.
Yeah. So you put her in the small dog park and she's good to go.
No, I keep her in the big one.
Yeah, because
she's not like terrified, but like all these dogs will be playing and she'll just be kind of like watching them.
Yeah.
And then if like a puppy comes up, she'll like play with the puppy.
Sure. She's kind.
She's kind, yeah.
People give an attitude if you take the big dog to the small dog park.
People get an attitude at the dog park if you're just standing there.
I mean,
the dog park people are crazy.
I've had some crazy interactions with dog park people.
They're insane. They will like a dog will like bark and they'll be like, ah!
Oh, of course.
Get your dog out of here.
Totally.
You're like, you're making it worse.
Yeah, my dog like was kind of like playfully like sniffing, not even nipping. Nipping's too far. I would say like just going she's like a little pig basically.
Yeah.
She's like being a pig near this golden retriever, and this guy goes like he literally harumphed. He was like, oh. He picked up his golden retriever, like huge dog, and walked out of the park. And I was like, what's going on? Like,
so dramatic.
We're at the dog park. They're so dramatic.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And
and also I don't like going alone. I'm so glad I have people to go with.
Yeah.
This one dog, they're so weird. Like, so it's going to take a big shit. He has 60-pound dog. It's a big 60-pound shit.
Yeah,
Huge.
totally.
But I'm picking it up, and I get the bag. I'm like about to pick it up. This guy stops. He goes, "Oh, whoa!" He goes, "Hey, we got the shovels, so you don't have to use your hands." And I go, "Oh, thanks. I'm good." And he goes, "No." He goes, "We got the shovels," and I go, "It's fine," because they're like across the park. And I go, "It's fine. I'll just pick it up."
Yeah.
And he goes, I'll get it for you, and starts walking. And I'm like, I go, "It's fine." And I go, "No, thank you, but it's fine." And I start picking up, and he just stood there and watched me pick the shit up.
Oh, he was
it was so like as close as you are to me. Like it wasn't like
keeping the poop.
It was so weird. Like I get you're trying to help, but like if someone says they're okay, and now I'm like super uncomfortable because this guy's just watching me pick up shit.
You're violating the boundary.
He's like judging me.
Is he mad about you using a bag?
I don't know, but he didn't say that.
Is he mad? I'm not sure what that is. Maybe he's just like, I really like, because it's fun to use the shovel.
Maybe he invested money in the shovel.
Totally. Maybe he's an investor. You mean in the company, or just in that particular shovel?
Maybe he put the shovels in the dog park and really wanted people to use them.
That's certainly what it sounds like. That's what I literally would have said. It would have been like, "What are you, Mr. Shovel?"
I know. I should have said that. I should have said, "Shovel this, bitch."
Yeah.
And then
take your gun out.
Yeah. Pop, pop, pop. And then I get a bag and dispose of him in the bag. and some other guy's like, "Use the shovel."
I'm like, I have this human shovel. You're like, it's okay. I have the bag. Yeah, but you should be. This guy should be fine with a biodegradable bag, a poop bag.
Yeah, and I stopped taking nicotine like a month ago, so I have like really short fuse.
Yeah.
So I'm like, just like anybody telling me what to do, I'm like, I'm doing it my way.
Well, of course. Also, it's like you're picking up poop. It's a very intimate thing.
Yeah, I'm like, let me have this.
1,000%. It's like, I just wouldn't understand.
I would never stop anybody from that.
I feel like I would not, unless somebody was doing something really wrong or like abusive. I'm in the camp of like, I'm not telling anyone to do anything. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like let everyone figure it out on their own time.
Yeah, like these people who are like, don't do that. Like, I was at the the airport zone lines, like the Delta. Are you Delta?
Southwest, but I might be Delta soon.
I pray you are.
Yeah.
I pray to the pagan gods that you. But Southwest, they do zones, right?
Yeah, more or less.
They used to not, I feel like, or
they have like they have group A, group B, group C, and then you board in those groups.
I see.
And maybe they are zones, yeah.
But you know how like there's sometimes two people scanning tickets, so you can like go to either person. I was staying next to this lady. I was at the airport this weekend, and she was like, I was waiting, like I was next in line for one person to scan, but then there was another line. She was like, go to that line. Like, she's just a passenger. She's like, go to that line. I'm like, I'm good. She's like, no, they're scanning too. I'm like, I know, but like, I'm in line here.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? What would compel somebody? And she, by the way, it's not even her zone yet.
Yeah. I'm
like a higher zone than her. Not to brag. I'm a higher zone than her. And she's like, I'm not proud of that, by the way. I understand. I'm recognizing my privilege.
What, the elitism? You should be proud of that. You earned that, and you are better than that lady.
I'm better than that lady. She's in the poor line, and no, I'm. But
I don't know, man. I can't believe when people say stuff. I have such problems with authority
Yeah.
and like control issues, that when
Sure.
someone's like telling me what to do, even if it's the right thing,
Yeah.
and that wasn't even the right thing, but like even if it was like better for humanity, I'd be like, dude, lay off.
100%.
You go in the other line.
Get away. I also think the baby boomers have serious line-related behavioral problems.
Really?
I think that in general, the baby boomers, they go, I'm in zone. Okay, say you're in zone 1, I'm in zone 3.
Yeah.
And I'm a baby boomer in a group of baby boomers. They do this thing where like they stand in the area that the zone 1 is like lining up in, but they know they're not in line. Does that make sense?
I do that.
Oh, you do that too?
I do that. I get close.
Well,
I don't know why, because everyone else does it. So then I'm like, when they call zone 3, all these people are gonna flood into the front, and I really want to make sure my bag doesn't get checked.
But you would never. I feel like I know in my heart that you would never like stand in the way of somebody in a zone. Like you might stand close to them.
Yeah, I
you would
stand
never,
close,
like,
but off to the side. Yeah.
But they don't do off to the side.
No.
And then when there's like a delay, they go like, "What's going on?"
Oh yeah, and when they try to get you in on it.
Yeah, they're like,
"Can you believe this?"
Yeah.
You're like, "Yeah,
I can't believe it."
Yeah.
This is what happens. Unbelievable. That's crazy. I forget before. I feel like there was one other thing I was like,
oh yeah,
you're
like, I wanted to get your
I want to get
opinion
your
on
opinion
it.
on this. Do you remember?
We were talking about the zoo.
Oh, great memory. You have great short-term memory.
Yeah, long term, not good. But
Your short-term's like on fire. And then we got to rock and roll. But I guess that's my cool way of saying we have to end. But I was at
we should start the pod now.
I assume you've never heard somebody go, we got to rock and roll. But that's what I say when it's time to wrap up. But I was at the zoo, the St. Louis Zoo, with this like big group of comedians at this comedy festival. And we're waiting at like the like front. We've all gotten in and we're waiting at like, it's not the lobby because it's outside. I don't know what you would call it. It's like the front. Once you've passed through, you're like in the like big circle.
Yeah.
And there's like 1 or 2 people who are waiting on one guy who's like mad at me. He's taking legitimately 35 or 40 minutes to arrive at the zoo. And everyone's like, let's not go into the zoo until beep
I hate
gets
that.
here. And I lost it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Why was he late?
Just late.
Just late.
And I'm a cool cucumber, but I lost it. And I got to own that. And I saw someone at West Side Comedy show like in Santa Monica. She came up to me. She was there and she was like, "You really lost it back there in St. Louis." And I was like, first of all, I did, but like, don't bring that. Don't put that on me.
Yeah.
Don't put that, like, that's a bad energy on me. So would you have gotten mad too? Because I got really mad. And then this guy, we got into the zoo and then everyone was like, "Oh wait, he says he's 50 minutes away. Let's wait here for him." And I go, "He can find us." Like, share your location. He'll find us.
Yeah.
And like all of a sudden I'm the mayor of the group because I'm the only one who's like, we got to fucking get rolling. I want to see these animals. I want to shake their hands.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, so did you guys wait or did you go?
We went.
Good. Okay.
I was flabbergasted that the majority of people were like,
wait, because 10 minutes is the most amount of time, I think.
We're looking at 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah, 30 to 40 minutes is insane. Like, if I was running that late, I would be like, please, do not wait for me. Like, I'd be so embarrassed. I'd be so embarrassed if everyone was just waiting for me, not having fun until I got there.
Totally. And this guy, apparently, I'm not trying to do drama, but this guy apparently was like, what an asshole Luke is for, like, making you guys just, like, go without me. And I'm like, dude.
What did he miss?
Oh, God, what did he miss? He missed, I think he missed the bugs.
Yeah, I was just going to say the ants. I was like, I bet you anything. First exhibit by the entrance is the bugs. It's always the bugs.
Yeah, it was bugs and then, like, the seals. But the seals are cool, but ultimately what you have with the seals at the zoo is you go, we know the drill. Does that make sense? Like, you go, yeah, I get it.
Wait, but was he local to there or was it a festival?
It was a festival. He was not local.
So, like, why didn't you guys all carpool there?
A lot of us did. I mean, it was a big group. We're talking about a big group. We went from one location to this next, and like, I got an Uber. I was like, everybody get in the Uber.
We're gonna find out this guy's like handicapped and like needed extra time. You were like, nah.
He has no arms or legs, and he didn't have any money. But yeah, so
no, I would not wait. Being late is one of my biggest pet peeves. I'm like,
you're very punctual.
Yeah, I am like, it's ingrained in me.
You arrived here on the dot.
Yeah,
it was incredible.
I get anxiety when I'm late, and then when other people, it's this idea of like their time is more valuable than yours. That's what really bothers me. Like when people show up like over 15 minutes late and don't even apologize.
Yep.
You're like, what?
It's totally unacceptable.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill them all. Thanks for having me on today.
Thank you so much for doing this. This was like amazing. I cried tears of joy. Where can people find you?
JetskiJohnson.com.
Boom.
See my fall tour dates. Yeah,
Going on tour.
Yeah, I'll be headlining in the fall, starting August. Las Vegas, Salt Lake City. Great. I'm doing the Irvine, San Jose, Ontario, like those.
Great.
North Carolina, Kentucky. Brea. Yeah, probably back to Brea. I did Brea earlier this year, but I go back. Yeah.
Love Brea.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for doing it. Bye, guys.
Bye. Oh, you're not gonna plug your show?
You know what? I will. Luke, punchup.live. You in Punch Up?
I want to. Yeah.
Get on Punch Up.
Yeah.
Punchup.live/Luke Mones for everything.
Good.
I don't know how to end.